Hello, we are live. Please have a blanket or a towel or pillow for your knees and to elevate your seat. Wear some comfortable clothes and be in a quiet, non distracted environment. Please start introducing yourselves in the chat, your name, where you're from, and why you showed up to yoga today. Hey, AJ in the chat. Thanks for joining from San Diego. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Maya, excited to see you too. Thanks for joining us from New York City. I'm excited you could join. Thanks so much for coming. It's 5 p.m. We'll get started. This is my weekly live yoga flow. This is week 1. Thank you for being here. I'm Alex Smith. You are joining the Sangha, which is a community where I'm going live every week and I'm trying to build consistency and gain support for myself and for my friends. So it's easier to come back to your practice and you don't feel so alone. So, what to expect from today's flow will be mostly on the floor. So, this will be a slow, grounded practice with longer holds and it's beginner friendly. Next Monday, we'll do a little bit more standing flow, including sun salutations. This live is accessible for free members, but starting in August, I'm starting a paywall and but I'm going to make it accessible for you, my first live members. July classes will be free, so you can check out what I have to offer. And today I'll be gifting 2 free months to the first 50 founding members. What you'll get as a member is this weekly live flow, as well as unlimited replays, a monthly newsletter, as well as some insights throughout the week where I share more about myself, yoga practice, and anything that comes to my mind. I'm also creating this intentional community where you can show up to practice yoga together. So if you're just joined, say your name, where you're joining from, and one reason you joined the yoga flow today in the chat. I'm Alex Smith. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. I showed up today because I was burned out from my job a few years ago, and I just kept coming back to my yoga mat because I was able to really come to my body when I didn't really recognize the the body sensations that I was having. So I was finally able to clear my mind, calm my body, and be present in the moment. And that's why I'm showing up here tonight. So find a comfortable seat. And as you arrive, just breathe naturally. Start to maybe close your eyes. Take a deep inhale in and exhale through the mouth. Let the whole day release. Do a few more of those, inhaling through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhaling in and exhale out. Start to find some movement, maybe rolling your shoulders, flicking your wrists, wiggling your fingers. Start to just find some movement in the upper body as you inhale and exhale. Sitting up tall in your seat, relax your shoulders down the back. Let your hands rest on your thighs or on your knees, palms face down. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. This practice is for you. There's no right shape or award for you for showing up. There's no need to push yourself. Today, your job is to support yourself by listening to your body. And if something doesn't feel right, then you're allowed to back off and choose a different option. So, one of the foundations of yoga is your breath. So, we'll be starting today with Dirga Pranayama, which means an extended breath. This breath is in three parts, and I'll be guiding you through this breath through the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Try not to force anything, just let your body move naturally. So close your eyes or soften your gaze, sit tall, shoulders down and back. Place one hand on your belly. Notice the rise on your inhale, and on your exhale, notice the gentle fall. Inhaling in, let your belly rise, and exhale, let it gently fall. One more here. Inhale, gently feel your belly rise, and exhale, let it fall. Next, bring your hands to your rib cage. On your inhale, feel the belly rise and your rib cage widen. Hands feeling your rib cage, and exhale. Feel your rib cage fall. Inhale through the belly, through the rib cage, and exhale. Gently let it fall. Do one more here. Inhale and exhale gently. Bringing your hand to your chest, one hand to your back. Now feel the rise and fall of your chest and back as you breathe in through the belly, rib cage, and chest. And exhale. Feel the slow descent. Inhale and exhale. Bringing your hands to your lap. Breathe there for a few cycles, holding. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Continuing breathing naturally. And we're going to begin with an intention, and you can come to child's pose. I'm going to transition to my mat. Doug, this is my dog, Doug. Coming to child's pose. Knees are to the edge of your mat, hands in front of you. Let your forehead come to the mat. Steadily feel your hips sink to the ground. An intention is a way that you want to practice or a quality that you want to return to, as opposed to a goal, which is something that you want to accomplish. So, an intention is something that when your mind wanders during the practice, you can always come back to this way of being. Pick one quality for your intention, such as stability or grounding or presence, and ask yourself, what would it look like if I embodied this in my practice? An optional mantra you can take on, I am grounded, or something like, I am at peace, or I cultivate joy. So once you settle on that intention, in child's pose, think about it, dedicate your practice toward that intention. And whenever your mind wanders, just return back to that word. Moving at your own pace, come up from child's pose into tabletop position. In tabletop, you'll have your wrists underneath your shoulder and your knees under your hips. You can use the blanket for your knees, like I've done here. Find even weight between your wrists. Maybe start moving side to side on the wrists. If you work at a computer, we're going to do some wrist exercises that will help you stretch out your wrists. Start going in circles on your wrists in one direction. And switch directions of the wrist circling. If you are having any wrist pain, feel free to come to your fists or bring blocks under your palms. Back to child's pose. Hips come to your heels, knees draw wide, palms come to the front of the mat. Notice your breathing. Are you feeling tightness anywhere? Just take notice. Try not to have any judgments. Child's pose is a safe place for you to return to throughout the practice. Again, feel free to do so at any time. Rolling up, back to hands and knees. Starting from tabletop, we are going to go into cat and cow. So cat, start rounding through the back, chin to chest. Press into your palms. Exhale, look up, lifting your tail. Cow pose. Inhale, lifting your chin, lifting your tail, arching your back. Exhale, round through the back, chin to chest. Again, go at your pace on each inhale, looking up. Cat, cow pose. Exhale, rounding through cat. Inhale, looking up for cow. Exhale, rounding through the back, chin to chest. Finish one more cycle and come to that neutral position in tabletop. Starting to bring our hips to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, coming to center, look over your right shoulder, hips go to the left. And continue like that. Inhale, center. Exhale, hips to the right, look over to your left. Doing some hip circles. Start to find your own fluid movement, maybe bringing your hips toward your heels, doing wider circles. And switching directions of those circles. If you were going in one direction, maybe start to move your neck. Just do what feels right for you today. Coming back to tabletop. Flip your wrists so your fingertips are pointed toward you. Come forward, and then the more you come toward your heels, the more you're going to feel stretching in your wrists. You can sit back or be more directly over your wrists. Don't forget to breathe here. Your breath is one of the most important parts. Inhaling in and exhale. Release your wrists, give them a shake it out. Hold your right palm to face you with your left hand. Point your fingertips down. Then point your fingertips up. Do a few more of those. Switching hands. Hands pointed down, wrists down. Fingertips pointed up. Switching directions every few seconds. So we've warmed up the wrists. Coming back to tabletop. We're gonna open up through the upper back. Lifting your right hand high to the sky. You can look up if that feels okay. On your exhale, float your right hand through and float above the ground, holding here, and slowly release toward the ground, bringing your ear to the mat. Your hips are in the sky. You'll feel a gentle stretch on your right shoulder and a little twist. If you have a bind in your practice, you can bring your left hand toward your right thigh. Holding here, breathe steadily. This is thread the needle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale in. Exhale. Inhaling and exhale. One more deep inhale. And exhale, let it all out through the mouth. Press into your left hand, right hand reaches toward the sky. Start doing some arm circles, bringing your arm forward, then back. Let your gaze follow your hand as you do arm circles, one direction on the right side, and switching directions. Thread the needle on the left side. Bring your right hand to the floor. We're in tabletop. Left hand reaches to the sky. Look up. Inhale. Exhale, slowly twist, bringing your left hand through and under the right arm, floating the arm. Then gently placing your ear, your head, and forearm to the floor. Holding here. Feel a gentle twist and stretch. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. If you're working on a bind, maybe bring your right hand toward the left hip crease. Unwind, bringing your right hand to the floor, left hand sweeps up to the sky. Look up. Now circles, bringing your hand forward. Look down. Your gaze can follow your hand. And switch directions. Good work. Coming back to tabletop position. Cat cow a few more times. Rounding through the back, chin to chest for cat pose. Looking up, lifting your tail for cow. Inhale, round through the back, chin to chest. Exhale, looking up, cow pose. This is a nice reset for the spine. And coming back to child's pose, knees wide, toes to touch, hands draw forward. Maybe take this time to reflect on that intention you may have set. I chose, I am grounded. Coming back up to hands and knees. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. Back knee is down. You can have padding under your left knee. Rise to a low lunge by bringing your hand to the top of your thigh. Press down to lift up. Holding here in this lunge for 5 full breaths. Hands can be at your knee at heart center or rising toward the sky. Choose your variation. Inhaling for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Last breath here. Inhale for 5. And exhale. Inhale, arms sweep up. We're going to do a little flow. Exhale, left hand to the floor, right hand reaches up to the sky for a brief twist. Inhale, keeping the twist, left hand points forward, right hand points to the back of the room. You're twisting and coming back to center, hands to heart. So again, inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the floor, right hand reaches up. Inhale, rise in your twist, torso lifts. Exhale, coming back to center, hands to heart. Do 3 more of these. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, left hand to the floor, right hand reaches up. Inhale, rise, left hand reaching forward, right hand reaching back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, rise. Exhale, left hand to the floor, right hand reaches up. Inhale, lifting your torso, left hand forward, right hand back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, left hand to the floor, right hand to the sky. Inhale, rise. Exhale to heart center. Holding here, you can close your eyes. And exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to that tabletop position. Do a few hip circles, starting counterclockwise. Hip circles. Notice how the right hip may feel different from the left. Switch directions with those hip circles. And we're switching sides. So this time, left foot comes forward, knee over ankle, hands come to your thigh to lift up. You can stay right here with your hand on your thigh, or bring hands to heart center, or start to lift your hands to the sky. We're holding here for 5 breaths, so choose your variation that's going to support your practice. Inhale here. Exhale. Maybe let your shoulders soften. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Inhale. Exhale for 4. Last one here. Inhale in. Exhale 5. Coming to that little flow. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, right hand to floor, left hand reaches up. Inhale, left hand back, right hand forward, lifting your torso. Exhale, left hand sweeps forward, hands to heart. 1. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left hand reaches up for a twist. Inhale, lift your torso, left hand to the back of the room, right hand to the front. And exhale, left hand sweeps forward, hand to heart center. 2, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left hand sweeps up. Inhale, torso lifts, arms reach in both directions. Exhale, hands to heart center. 3. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. Inhale, torso lifts. And exhale, hands to heart center. Do one more here. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. Inhale to rise, reaching arms in both directions. And exhale, sweeping hand forward, hands to heart center. Close your eyes here for one moment. And exhale, bringing your hands to the floor, step back to your tabletop and do some hip circles again in one direction. and switching directions. For our next pose called gate, start kneeling. Hands come in front, right foot reaches back, then sweep it out so it's directly to the right of your knee. Extend the leg out to the side, foot down, toes are pointed forward or slightly in. Walk your hands to your hips. Hips come forward even with your knee. So we're in gate pose here. Hands can be at hips or heart center, or arms reaching to the sky. Again, 5 breaths here. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Last here. Inhale for 5. And exhale. Arms sweep up to the sky. Right hand comes toward your shin. Left hand reaches to the sky. Side bend. Holding here, 5 breaths. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale and exhale, hold, side bend. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4. And exhale. Last breath here. Inhale and exhale. Coming up. Brief twist. Right hand to the floor. Left hand reaches up. And both hands back to the floor. Right knee comes back to kneel. Switching sides. Left foot reaches out to the side for gate pose. Hands come to hips or heart center or arms reach up. We're on the left side. 5 breaths here. Inhale and exhale for 1. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Inhaling. Exhale for 3. Inhale. Exhale for 4. Inhale in, last breath. Exhale for 5. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Exhale, side bend to the left. Left hand comes toward your shin. Right hand side bends toward the left. Inhale, reach a little further. Exhale, maybe twist, side bend a little deeper. Inhale for 2. And exhale. Inhale for 3. And exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Last one. Inhale for 5. And exhale. Inhale, rise. Left hand to the floor, right hand reaches to the sky. Brief twist. And hands come to the floor. Come to hands and come to your knees once more. Coming to lizard pose. Left foot outside the left hand. Your back knee is still on the floor. You can bring your elbows down or just have your hands resting on the floor. You should feel a stretch in the front hips as well as the front of the right. So you can have the blanket under your right knee. We'll come to the other side after this. Holding here in lizard. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale in for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. And exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale for 5. And exhale. Coming to lizard on the other side. Right foot outside the right hand. You can bring that blanket under your knee. Again, you're bringing your hands to the left of your right foot, or you can start coming to your forearms toward the mat. Breathing here for 5 breaths. In lizard, inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. And exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Last breath here. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Bring your right knee back toward the left. Sit on your heels and draw your legs in front of you. It can be still nice to have a towel or a pillow or a blanket underneath your hips, especially if you are tight like me. So legs long, feet flexed, or let the toes relax if this is too intense. Sit tall, hands beside your hips. We're working on lengthening through the spine here. Inhale in, long neck, broad through the collarbones. Exhale. Inhale in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Coming to seated forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky, lengthen through the sides of the waist. Exhale, hinge from the hips, leading with your chest. Hands come toward your shins, your ankles, or your toes. If your legs feel tight, feel free to bend your knees. Holding here for 3 breaths. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. And exhale. Inhale for 3. And exhale. Draw the right knee in toward your chest. Now bring the right foot inside the left thigh. Right knee opens. Left hand to the floor, right hand reaches up. Reach to the sky on your inhale. Exhale, twisting over the leg. Right hand comes toward your left ankle. Breathe here, 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale for 1. Inhale, looking down. Exhale. Inhale, 3. And exhale. Inhale, extend the right leg forward. Bend the left knee into your chest. And exhale, left knee opens, right foot comes inside the right thigh. Flexing their front foot, right hand by your hip, left hand reaches to the sky, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, twisting to the right, left hand reaches toward the ankle as you fold. 3 breaths here. Inhale for 1. Exhale, maybe fold a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Hold your ankles or your feet. Come into butterfly pose. If you're tight, scoot your feet further away from your hips. It'll feel less intense. And support your knees, maybe with pillows or blankets. Sit upright and breathe. Option to gently fold from the hips as you soften, or you could stay lifted. Your choice. Take a few breaths here. Inhale in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last breath here. Inhale in. And exhale. Coming to a cross-legged easy seat. Bring your note which foot is in front. Maybe it's your right. Seated twist, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, rotate from the ribs, left hand back, right hand to the knee. Look behind you. Inhale, lift, arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand comes behind you, left hand to your knee. Do a few more. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes down, left hand to the floor. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, twisting to the right. Right hand back, left hand to your knee. One final one on each side. Inhale, rise. Exhale to twist. Last one. Inhale, rise. Exhale to twist. Now a seated side bend. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Left hand reaches to the side, coming to a side bend. Wherever your neck feels comfortable, whether looking up or down. Just find a comfortable stretch here. Inhale, coming up. Other hand to the floor, side bend. Leaning toward the side. Breathe into the top ribs. Have one more pose before we start to cool it down and come to resting poses. Coming to reverse tabletop. Sit with your knees bent, feet hip width apart, hands behind you. You can have your hands pointed toward you if your wrists feel okay, or you can have your hands fan out, pointed away from you. Press into all 4 corners of your feet. On your inhale, press down through your feet and hands and lift your hips. Keep your neck long. 5 breaths here. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. A little shake's okay. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. 5. Exhale, bring your seat toward the floor. Back to the floor now. We're coming officially to the floor. Lie down, back to the floor. Hugging your knees into your chest. Opening up the right knee. Flex both feet. Coming to figure four on the floor. So your left knee is bent, right knee is open. Reaching your hands through that little triangle. You can bring your hands interlaced behind the thigh or in front of the shin, letting your head rest on the floor. Bringing your leg gently towards you. Again, you'll feel a little more stretching sensation. Don't forget to breathe here. Inhale in and exhale. One. Inhale. Exhale two. Inhale. Exhale three. Inhale. Exhale four. Inhale. Exhale five. Release the right leg down. Hug the left knee into your chest. Coming to the other side, open the left knee. Hugging your right knee in toward your chest. Hands come behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Flex both feet to feel more sensation, stretching. 5 breaths here. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Inhale for 5. Last one. And exhale. Bringing your left knee long, left leg long. You can stretch through both legs. Coming to a twist. Bring both knees into the chest. Arms come to a T. So look at this. Arms come to a T. Hips come to the right as you look over your left shoulder for a supine twist. You can support your knees if they're covering with a blanket or a pillow. Resting here for 5 breaths. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Inhale for 5. Exhale. Coming back to center. Knees come to the left side now, looking over your right shoulder. 5 breaths here. Let your shoulders relax toward the floor. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Last breath here. Inhale. And exhale for 5. Bringing your knees back to center. Coming to bridge pose, bring your feet by your hips, again, at least hip distance apart, palms face down or interlaced underneath your back. Press into your feet to lift your hips up, palms face down. 5 breaths here. Inhale for 1, exhale, inhale for 2, exhale, inhale for 3, exhale, inhale for 4, exhale. Last breath here. Inhale for 5, and exhale, bringing your spine to the floor. Knock your knees together, feet wide. Windshield your knees side to side. Now bring your knees a little wider toward your armpits. You can gently sway side to side. Maybe close your eyes if you're feeling comfortable. The last pose before we come to rest is Happy Baby, one of my favorite poses. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your ankles. Your shins are parallel. Rock gently side to side. Breathing here, 5 breaths. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Last breath here. Inhale, 5. Exhale. Release your legs toward the edges of the mat. Little wider than hips distance apart. Coming to Savasana, our final resting pose. Palms face up, a little away from your body. Try to let any thoughts that pop in your head just drift by. Let your breath be natural. Maybe you notice the gentle rise and fall of your belly, rib cage, and chest as you slowly let your body rest and integrate the benefits of the practice that we just did together. Try to unclench maybe your brows are furrowed, or your tongue is on the roof of your mouth, or you're holding your jaw. Notice one area of tightness. Just notice. Again, if you wiggle, try to come back to stillness. Let your body rest just another minute. You let the floor hold you. If you're feeling amazing, you can stay here in Savasana. Otherwise, join me as we start to get ready to close our practice by wiggling your fingers and toes, keeping your eyes closed. Maybe circle your wrists and ankles. Hugging your knees in one more time. A hug of gratitude for showing up for yourself today. Rolling onto your right side, coming into a fetal position. Press up to a comfortable seat. No need to hurry. No rush. We're going to end the practice with a short 3-minute meditation. Find your comfortable seat and let your hands rest easy on your thighs or on your belly. If it feels supportive, you can soften your gaze or close your eyes. Start to arrive in your seat. Feel your sit bones grounding down. Feel your feet or legs making contact with the floor. Let your shoulders roll back and drop just a little. Unclench your jaw. Let your tongue be soft, removing it from the roof of your mouth. Notice the breath coming between your nostrils on each inhale and exhale. Notice where you feel the breath most. Do you feel it in your nose, in your mouth, in your belly, your ribs, or your chest? Just notice where you feel the breath most clearly. Let the inhale be gentle and your exhale be slow. We'll extend our exhale. So inhale for 4 breaths. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now returning. Each time you notice you drifted into thought, gently whisper to yourself, return. Try to focus on one sensation, maybe the breath in your nostrils, the rise and fall of your belly. And when you notice your mind wander, just return. To close, take a slightly deeper inhale and slowly exhale. Just notice how you feel. If you want, you can bring your attention back to the intention you may have set. Oh, my dog is, and let it land with you. Before we close, again, thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming. And remember that practice is consistently. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just need to return. Before you go, join me next Monday at 5 p.m. I'd love to see you flow live with me again. I am going to post in the chat right now a link to a survey where I will be sharing the 2 months of free membership to our 50 founding members. Please fill out the survey, and the link is at the end of the survey. Thank you so much for showing up. I'll see you next week, Monday live at 5, and I'll be posting a vlog tomorrow morning. Thank you again for showing up. This is Alex from Alex Smith Flows. Can't wait to practice with you again. Bye.